right. What movie are we talking about today, Mr. Sir?
The Uninvited from 1988. The incredible horror movie, science fiction horror movie with a radioactive cat that barfs up a second cat puppet thing that it uses to kill.
Yeah, it's about the cat staff catastrophe on a yacht. I can't even talk.
Catastrophe.
What am I trying to say?
Stop kidding around.
Okay, I make the jokes around here. Just kidding. Gosh, I can't tell you how much I hated this movie, but still loved it at the same time.
Oh man, I love this movie. This was a Mr. Sir pick.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like a big old dingleberry out your butt.
Oh, knock it off. This movie rocks.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
Yeah.
Very fun movie.
Clue Gallagher, dude.
I know with
nobody.
Fake teeth.
I can't say nobody hams it up. Like, I mean, obviously you have like Donald Pleasance and some stuff, but and he does such a good job at making ham good. You know?
Yeah. He's who is he? He's Gus in Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, and he's the dad in Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
That's right. Yeah.
He's in a ton of roles. Yeah. But probably two of the most famous, at least off the top of my head, in the
and George Kennedy.
Genre.
Oh, I thought you were saying in the movie. George Kennedy would probably be the most famous person. He's you probably know him from Naked Gun. He's Frank Devereaux's boss in Police Squad and Naked Gun.
All I keep thinking about is him eating those pink pistachios when I'm watching the movie. Remember that scene from Naked Gun?
No,
they're like
which
sitting
one?
in the car on the stakeout, him and Leslie Nielsen, and they have like remember how they used to dye pistachios?
Yeah.
They have the dye over their fingers and their lips and stuff.
I'll have to rewatch that movie. That movie's really funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of really funny movie, this movie.
Yeah, no, it's
so good.
It's unintentionally funny though.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
It's so badly made in some parts. Like this movie had way better actors than it deserved to have.
Yeah, for the most part. The
Yeah,
one
for the most
girl, the girl with the curly hair, who has one of the dumbest deaths in the movie.
Maybe she doesn't die. Who knows? I kept thinking this whole time because, okay, so if you haven't seen this movie, I'm guessing you have if you're watching this. But if you haven't seen this movie, just go watch it. We're gonna spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's on. I think it's
Spoil
on
the crap out of
Tubi.
it.
We watched it. I watched it. It's also on Shudder. This movie's on Shudder. Like a lot, like a most good classic horror movie. I mean, Shudder has a lot of good stuff. It also has a lot of trash, and Uninvited is a little bit of both. A little heavier on the trash than classic horror, but it's a fun movie. I think. It's got the monster of the movie is a orange fluffy cat who, whenever he's on screen, there's one of two cat sounds. Meow, 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 meow. It just just to let you know that the cat's around. As the cat's on screen, there's meowing.
Yeah,
happening.
clearly the cat's not meowing, and they even make it. It's like licking some food or something at one point, and they're making it meow.
And when it's in this lab or whatever, and they're going to inspect it because there's a big cancerous. They think if there's like a mass inside of it, and what the mass ends up being is a second cat that comes out, and it looks if you've ever seen the movie Hobgoblins, it looks like the Hobgoblins.
Or the furry dude from Ghoulies.
Yes, yeah. I guess this movie was on Mystery Science Theater 3000, but I've never seen that episode. So now, when I get home, I'm going to be looking that up.
Seems like a little too good for even though it's an awful
it's not. Yeah, like they're on a yacht, and they kill this SEC guy by drowning him in a jacuzzi, which is about the dumbest way you could possibly kill somebody on a yacht.
Yeah, he's worried about him. Well, he's not an SEC guy, but he's worried about him reporting to the SEC
Right,
because he
yeah.
does stock exchange stuff for a
Yeah,
living.
the villain of the movie. I don't
Walter.
remember. Yes, Walter.
Walter. Well,
Is just like a rich guy. So they're using this yacht to go to the Cayman Islands to get them the rest of their money before the government finds out and freezes their assets or whatever.
right.
So the girls are coming along as a cover so it doesn't look as suspicious. And in typical, girl fashion, they invite two other guys with them. And then they find a cat on their way there who is the uninvited. They don't even, do they give the cat a name? They just call it
I
Cat.
don't know, but it's one of the most badly named movies. It's so misleading.
I mean, if you look at the poster for it, it tells you what you need to know right
Right.
there. The poster is the orange cat with a black cat getting barfed out of the top of it.
So I'm just gonna say something to you. Well, this is
Yes.
specifically to Golden. Say
Okay.
something to you, to
Sure.
Golden, and to everyone else listening out there. Just because a movie is foreign doesn't make it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going back to last week.
I mean, there is some bad dubbing in this movie. It's like
Well,
bad
it's not just
ADR
that.
or
Like
whatever.
some of the dubbing's awful. What killed me is that beginning sequence when they're in the lab. The audio is atrocious.
Did you
There's
see what the production company was named?
no, I didn't.
Amazing Movies.
Was
Which
it?
I was nodding. I said yes, yes. This is an amazing movie.
I,
Good title. Good. You made one. You made one.
the yeah, there's no balance for the music and the audio, and there's a
It's really
static
bad.
hiss for the audio itself,
Yeah, it's not
but only in that beginning part. And there's a
right.
couple parts where they're far away from the camera and they couldn't get the dialogue very good. And yes, this had to be edited way back when they actually had to splice it in spools and stuff.
I mean,
So I kind of get it, but
you're in for a treat when there's like scientist and he pulls out a gun and he cocks it and he goes, "We need to kill this cat."
no, but that's a tranquilizer gun at that point.
Oh yeah.
And then he tells the cop or the security guard, or whatever, he's like, "Give me your
Oh
gun.
no, yeah,
Give
no,
me
he
your
does.
gun."
I don't know if he says you've got to kill this cat or we got to shoot this cat. It just cracked me up. I was like, this movie gets right into it, and they show you right away what this thing is about.
Yeah.
It just card cut to this cat barfing up the
That's
monster.
about
What do you
as
think came
ridiculous as the
first?
movie gets.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think came first? The
The
idea
chicken,
for the movie or the puppet?
the
Like,
idea for the movie.
yeah,
And they're probably like, "How the heck are we gonna have a cat going around killing people?"
it's such an interesting concept. And they have the cat kill people like every like 15 minutes for most of the movie. The cat the cat kills somebody. So in the initial breakout sequence, he kills a bunch of the security guards and the scientists and stuff and escapes. And then later on, it hitches a ride on a guy carjacks a dude that was feeding it, and the cat jumps in the back of the truck and then attacks the guys, which was spectacular. The truck pulls off and they slow motion show it getting all smashed and crunched and stuff, and the part where the cat thing, the puppet, just comes out and gets rubbed all over them, and they crash. And then what's the next time the cat kills somebody? He kills somebody.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna say this flat out. This movie did not know what it wanted to be the
Oh,
whole entire
definitely
time
not.
that they were making it, the whole entire time they wrote it. It had no clue. It kept switching theme, it kept switching tone.
There's two movies. It's a killer cat movie and a movie about a corrupt
Yeah, it's
businessman
Wolf on Wall
that
Street.
that Well, this movie is a lot like, it's a lot like Wolf on Wall Street
Can
meets
we say
Alien.
can we say Cat on Wall Street? So the special
Cat on
effects
Wall
though,
Street.
you
some of the
could have called
special
this movie Cat on a Yacht and the title would have been more on point.
true.
I mean, obviously, but
Some of the leaps in I'll get to get to your point. Tell us what you thought about the effects.
oh no, like they're cool. Like I really like the bladder effects they did, especially for being as low budget as it was. You really don't see.
Yeah, so I wanted to, yeah, that was got to sort of what I was going to get at is the point of the monster. Like when it bites you, you get your blood gets poisoned somehow.
It makes no
And
sense.
dude, and how the kid, so they bring on these three guys on the girls bring the three guys with them on the yacht, and they are basically, used as the crew for the captain who's a hot babe, who obviously they all three guys are paired up with a girl that way. But the guy, the one guy, what's the guy's name? The with the fake teeth. That guy.
Oh,
He gets really
oh,
drunk
that's
and
cool. Gallagher's
he
character, yeah.
spits wine on the cat and the cat kills him
Oh man,
and there's blood splattered
I'm gonna
on
look
his
that up.
shirt. Yeah, look
I don't
that
want to
up
do
while
two
I
movies
get
where we don't remember the
while I
characters'
get
names.
yes. Well, I'll keep explaining what my point. That guy looks under like a microscope or something, or he has some sort of like navigation equipment that he uses as a microscope to look at the blood, and somehow he deduces that the cat has that the guy that there's more blood cells in there than there should be, and that, and then later the guy the George Kennedy's character gets bitten by the cat on his ankle and it takes a hunk out of it and he
Mike,
dies of blood poisoning or some shit.
yeah.
And the guy comes up with exactly what's going on. And it's like how Batman comes across, like collects clues, but in the Batman
Hold on, no,
1966 movie or the
yeah,
TV
but
show when he's like, oh,
that was actually a decent part that I enjoyed. I didn't feel like that was too ridiculous. Like he's set up to be a biologist, so he knows that kind of stuff. I don't know if it can actually be microscopic like that. The
it
one
was
part
really funny.
that
I was
I
like,
don't know
this is
anything about
ridiculous.
boats or stuff that's used for navigation or stuff like that. Um, but one part that really, really, really got me was that blood scene because he's looking at it and it shows like the blood cells and it looks like there's hair in there. I'm like, is he going to determine that this is a mutant cat because there's hair in the blood cells? There's microscopic hairs. Like, what is going on here? And then when the bladder effects are going on, like when Mike gets bit on the ankle or whatever,
Yeah,
somehow nobody except the other girl sees the cat. But he's got like this thing, almost like an alien sequence, like you were saying, how you compared it to a crossover
yeah.
with Alien. It's popping up out of his chest. I'm like, is he gonna grow a mutant? Because I've never seen this before. I'm like, is he gonna grow a mutant cat out of him? Is that what's happening here?
It's I didn't know that you've never seen this movie
No,
before.
I
That's
seen. Remember,
incredible.
I told you I seen part of it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was like a Halloween party or something years ago. I watched. It was on in the background like a projector.
This is a good movie to watch if you have some substance.
Oh yeah, was that pretty
Definitely.
enjoyable for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely the way to watch this movie.
That's the. I guess that is
That's
the
how I watch most things
that
though,
that
but
is the one drawback of being stone sober all the time. Um, I don't know. I just like this movie should not be as fun as it is for me because you can ask Mr. Sir, you can ask anybody. I hate bad movies.
but this movie isn't done like there's
True,
good stuff in
true.
it and it's
It's
not
got
done
heart.
incompetently
It's like
either.
Mutilator. The Mutilator. It has heart to it.
Yes, it's not being done bad on purpose either, which is something that both that you and I agree is bad
Yeah.
almost 100% of the time. Unless you're doing like Black Dynamite or something that's made well,
That
but
is
you're
one
doing it
thing.
badly but well. You know what I mean?
I think
Black
it
Dynamite,
only works in a true comedy. You can't really have a cross genre comedy where that works as well. You know.
right. We
Um.
The movie that shall
At
not
least
be
not
named
horror comedy. Yeah.
that we reviewed on a previous show.
VP.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Too bad Golden missed this one because he loves bad movies and
I was
well, he
hoping
said
that
he had seen this, right?
yeah, he watched this at a bad movie night, which whatever. This movie is bad. I'm not going to argue that it's not bad. This movie is bad, but it's good bad. It's not like you don't feel like you're being punished for it. There is the
Yeah,
middle
true.
part of it when they're
The
on the
beginning's
boat.
rough, to be honest.
For me, the middle part was like slow. Like when there's like a part where the cat isn't in the movie a bunch and it's not killing people and they're not being
Yeah, but you
hunting
get
it.
some great character moments, like
There's
the
so
misogynistic Walter. Oh my gosh. Some of those comments he makes sound just like cringing. I'm like, oh man, this is not
so
comfortable in
bad. Yeah,
2023.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not only that, but like the main dude, well, not the main dude, but like the blonde guy is slowly turning villainous as the movie keeps going on, and he
Yeah,
calls that girl a
he bounces back and forth. He never has a true transformation in one sense or the other.
no, and everybody like the only two people like they're played up as like the good characters because one's smart and the other one has integrity. The everybody else is well, no, she doesn't really have integrity because she finds out the one guy died and they threw him off and they have all these lame excuses about why they did it, and she goes,
Well,
well,
she still tries.
as long as I get the boat, it's okay.
Yeah. She still tries. I think she realizes it's kind of an uphill battle she's not going to win.
Right. Yeah, Walter does
And she
the
didn't really like Albert, you know.
no, that guy he was drunk. She just didn't
I
trust.
did. I wanted more Albert in the movie.
Yeah, well, the cat he spit at the cat and made sure that that wasn't going to ever happen. The cat made quick work of him.
Okay, yeah. So Rachel was the captain of the ship.
Yes, Rachel. Yes, yes. Um, and Martin was the other guy.
Lance is the guy who gets bit, and it's right after this moment where you think that Corey has defected to the other side. How we talked about him not having a true transformation,
Yeah.
and he's all concerned about his friend, who he's going to screw over.
Yes. Yeah. He's basically I don't know. It's pretty much explicitly done that Walter's
I've
bought
got
him out.
poison in my blood. You heard what he said.
So he's caught. There's two really gross PG-13 sex scenes where they're making out and they're just like it's just like disgusting
Gross.
Foley art. It's just
Oh,
like
okay. Lip smacking
oh,
noises.
it's so gross, and it's all you hear. And then it's the first couple, and then Lance and the blonde girl.
Oh, just
And
that
then
random couple.
yeah. And then the other time, and then it cuts to the guy that got shot, and he's like, "Oh, I don't feel anything in my arm. My arm, I must have damaged a nerve or something." And you know, right then and there, oh, this guy's gonna get his
Yeah, the
hand.
cat's chewing his
Yeah,
fingers off.
he
Pretty
turns
sure
down.
you would still have nerve endings.
He looks down, and the
Wasn't his
cat
arm
has
just grazed too?
yeah, it grazed him on his shoulder, and they're like, she goes, we need to call ambulance, or we're gonna have two people are gonna die. And the guy goes, what? The kid will be okay. I'll handle George or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll handle him.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you're gonna handle him? But then he's like, because of what his friend said, he goes, it's poison. I'm poison blood. So he's running out and he's going to jump over the side of the ship. And she's in the girl that he's with that literally just met him like 2 days ago is pleading with him not to do it. And he jumps overboard and takes her with him. And they both die.
So I didn't realize that this movie had sequels when I was watching it.
What do you mean?
Piranha 3D, any shark movie made after this, because the poison blood's in the water and those animals. Like you could really make a shark sequel out of this.
Yeah, you could.
You could be like 32 years ago on this yacht, this dumbass jumped off into the water. But yeah, no, I was like, man, I couldn't help think about it. I was like, you think about oil spills and stuff, like this is gonna do so much worse damage because fish just eat fish. That's all they do is they eat and poop and nothing else.
Right. And that's not the first, poison body that's already been overboarded
Yeah,
as well.
true.
That's like the third one.
But maybe because of their biology, the blood doesn't affect them.
Who knows? I mean, you're putting way more thought into this than the filmmakers did.
Well, I think they did put a good deal of thought in this, to
I
be
mean,
honest,
yeah,
because yeah, the plot seems like it's held together with duct tape, but it's still held together.
right. I mean, it makes it as far as like leaps and logics go, they already bring you in already. They let you know from the jump. Look, the monster in this movie is going to be played by a real cat most of the time, and when it isn't, it's a puppet. You need to be on board with
Yeah,
this. As long as they let you in right away, they let you know that the premise of this movie is crazy, and just to let you, if you're on board, you'll have a good time. And I think
right.
they did a successful job, especially with the ending. The ending is insane.
It's ridiculous.
If you don't watch this movie and you want to only look at one spot of it, look up the ending to there. It's on YouTube. Look up the ending to The Uninvited.
Yeah.
It's
I really just watched
insane.
the beginning and the end
Yeah, I mean it's the movie.
for the
That
most
ending is
insane
crazy.
moments. I don't think it's as insane as the opening though.
When he goes, they're on the life raft,
However,
and
he does do the one that like this movie does a couple things that were ahead of its time. You know, like in any movie that would have appeared even like 10 years ago, they would have thrown that money off the raft as
yeah,
like a
yeah.
symbolism, whatever, that your life's more important than money, you know. But no, the
No, they put it in a
yeah,
bag.
yeah. She's like, dump it in this duffel bag that's luckily here. You know, he's like, okay.
Well, they find that yeah, they get the money that the guy had in the safe, and because
Yeah,
he
one of the briefcases,
yeah,
and
so
each of the
they're getting
briefcases
off the
had a
boat.
million
The
dollars.
yacht is sinking because the cat ate a hole into the side of the ship, and it's just the yacht is
A perfect
sinking.
circle.
Yes, and it's also a perfect sinking ship. It looks really good. It does
Yeah,
not
it's
look
not a
like
miniature
it's not a miniature that is in a pool or something in his back in the director's
with a
backyard.
superimposed lightning bolt and night sky.
So they're on the boat with the briefcase with the money in it, um, and they think they're safe, and they're going to start a enough. They got enough money to buy her a new yacht, and for him to put in research about the radioactive cat, which is literally what they say. They hug, and he goes, "Oh no, look out!" And the cat and the command the puppet cat comes up on the side of the boat, jumps on him, and they're wrestling with it. And she punches it, and it goes off the side of the boat. And they go, "Ah, oh no, it's coming back!" And it comes back, and they come to the conclusion that if
They
as
need
long as
something
they're the only
there.
floating thing there, that it's just gonna keep coming back. So then they empty out the briefcase, put the briefcase in the water, and then you see the puppet got on there and it's floating away, and it's insane looking. I'm not doing any justice to how this looks. It's really funny. It's really something else.
What else? There was something else I was going to say about it being ahead of its time. What did I say was the original thing that was ahead of its time for doing? Oh, with the
Uh,
money thing.
yeah, when they emptied out the briefcase about the ending.
Yeah, no, there's another storytelling technique that I was glad that they put in there now. I'm gonna have to think on it for a minute.
No, no worries.
Because as bad as this movie is at parts, it's also really brilliant at parts. And I don't think it's on
That's
purpose.
why. That's why
Like
I.
this movie doesn't try to conform.
That's why I picked it. It's not because I wanted to like torture you with a bad movie or something. That's not what I wanted to do. I picked it because I thought it's a
Oh
fun
yeah.
movie.
Also, you know, like I'm gonna check out the movies, and if it's like Birdemic 2, I'm vetoing it.
I can't even watch that crap. That one falls into see Birdemic is while it's not not a good movie like The Uninvited. It's really terrible. That movie was not made intentionally bad. Birdemic 2 was made
Intentionally bad.
in the mindset of what people like is how bad it was. That's not what
Yeah, 'cause that was
no,
like the
it's not
second or
the
third episode we
charm.
ever did
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in like 2012 or
That was
13.
back before I really knew Anthony very well. and I had just
I'm
got
like suffering through. I'm
I
trying to
got
be so
I
nice.
had just got Birdemic on Blu-ray because it just came out on Blu-ray, which pointless of buy. I think I only got it because it was cheaper than the DVD. But like, Birdemic is not a movie that needs to be in as high def as possible.
No. Well, that's the other thing I was saying is some of these movies we really should just watch on VHS. You know, like this would be good
Oh
and
yeah,
enjoyable on
it'll hide
VHS.
out, and honestly, it'll hide like some of the blemishes that the movie has that like high def can like really kind of mess with those bladder effects and stuff. You see it being super
And
fake
I really
looking.
don't think the bladder effects are that bad though because
No,
the
but
makeup and stuff is done well.
yeah, but like even like a movie like The Thing, like all like benefits from being a little darker or grainier,
Yeah,
and it makes it like it just feels like more menacing and real or whatever. It makes it grittier or whatever. It just
right.
helps with the aesthetic of the watching a 80s horror movie.
So what do you think that the girl was knocked out when Bobby or whatever her name was when she got knocked off the boat with Lance?
I don't I
Because they
really
dive
am,
in after her and
and they
she's
don't.
nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I
Why
have
wouldn't she
no
swim back to
idea
the
what
surface?
happened. Yeah, it makes no sense. I have no I Like when they cut back to they faded away. 'Cause I forgot that that's how she died.
Okay, I remember. So one thing that this movie does that not a lot of movies, even to this day, still do. That's and Golden's talked about this. You've talked about this. That is a brilliant, considered to be a brilliant filmmaker technique. Maybe it's lazy. Is they don't explain why the cat is the cat.
No, you don't need to know. It
No,
doesn't
no.
matter.
I think it would hurt it by explaining it
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah. Nope. You just know that it escapes from some lab that they experimented it on, and it's radioactive.
But it just felt impressive for 1987. And I know
Another.
movies like Psycho and stuff did it, but Halloween. But still, thank you.
Yeah, like I really want to know like how they came up with that concept for the monster. Like
Um,
it's so weird.
so I think Vinegar Syndrome has like a 2K release of this movie.
Yeah, that's what the version is that's on um
Oh, that makes sense.
Shutter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense because I've seen this movie on their sales before, like especially
Gotcha.
like around like Black Friday and stuff. It's definitely
2 disc. I gotta wonder what's on that.
yeah.
I'm interested, honestly. If they ever do a sale again and it's on there,
I
I
mean,
might check that out.
yeah, with the amount of special features that are on like something like Bloodhook, I imagine there's got to be a lot on the Uninvited.
Right, right.
So it would be really interesting to take a look behind the scenes of what went on with this movie.
Grayston Clark is the guy that
Yeah, Grayson
directed
Clark.
it. I haven't seen. I looked at his
So that's the funny thing. I've
IMDb.
seen the other two movies I seen on his thing.
Okay,
I've seen those movies.
I figured I'd ask you because you'd know what movies were those.
Uh,
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot.
was one Visiting Hours?
Visiting hours.
Hold
Let
on, I'll
me.
look him up. I got Greydon Clark.
Graydon Clark. Yeah, sorry, not Grayston Clark.
Oh boy, maybe you're thinking of Sabretooth's son. Wait, no, his name wasn't Greyston. Creed or whatever.
Dick Grayston.
Okay, so
Oh,
without
you know
warning.
what? Scroll up a little. Final Justice. I've seen that
Yeah, I've seen
movie.
that too.
That's who's that guy? What's his name? The actor.
Oh,
Joe Don Baker.
Joe Don Baker.
Another classic Mystery Science Theater 3000
Is it
episode.
really?
Oh yeah, yep.
I've never seen much Mystery Theater 3000.
That's one of the final season episodes.
Yay. No, I know that I've seen Dark Future.
Oh,
I
that's
know
really
that
funny.
you've seen a lot of I've seen that Mike Hammer episode because I watched that whole series when I was younger.
Mike Hammer. What's that?
So he's a detective or like a PI.
Okay.
And they're really, really. So this guy, Mickey Spillane, pumped them out like in one draft.
Okay.
They're just dime novels, and they're exactly what you would expect from someone that's not like Philip Marlowe or something. You know,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah, it's just a lot of machismo and not a lot of sensitivity.
A lot of talking about dames. She
Yeah.
had legs that go on for miles.
Okay. All right. What do you think is your
Bring a
favorite
grown man to
part
her
of
knees.
this movie?
My favorite part, huh? It's got to be one of the kills. Now it's probably either the one where the cat comes out of the back of the truck and kills those guys by biting them and making the truck like crash and stuff, or the ending kill, or not the ending where he doesn't kill anybody, but he keeps jumping onto the boat, and that's how they get around him. That
Oh
part
yeah.
is very memorable and funny to me. I think that was a good way to end the movie. A really goofy ass movie.
Like this movie definitely has three acts. I'm just thinking about that from what you just now that you're saying that. But this movie definitely has three acts, but it misses like key story structures from that time period. You know, like you're
Yeah,
not introduced to the main characters until like 20 minutes into the movie.
yeah. The guys don't show up
Even
until
yeah, because you get the scientists, then you get the two girls, and then the other two guys, which is Lance and Corey
yeah. Those
and
are the guys.
Bobby and
Yeah,
yeah,
that
and
work with them.
but you don't get the two main characters until even after that. And you're introduced to Walter and you're introduced to Albert and you're introduced to Mike. You're still not introduced to the main characters.
No, yeah, and even and then the yacht captain who's like the final girl, one of the final
That's what I'm
girls.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Crazy.
It
Yeah, the
really
first
seems like they're just
yeah, the
they are
first
set up like they are just set there for kills. You know, like they are
right.
red
Yeah,
shirts, meat fodder, jobbers,
definitely. Oh, for sure.
but they're not. They're the main characters
No, they
of
aren't.
this movie. And you don't
'Cause
even
you
you
feel
don't
like
even care about them
no, because
because of the way they're set
no,
up.
because the two bikini babes are like sort of like set up into being like the main characters,
Right.
and they are not.
Right.
They're fodder. The one character is unceremoniously killed off screen,
Yeah. It's just like
and the other one it becomes crazy and eats some a piece of bread that the cat got into and becomes poisoned and melts.
yeah, it's almost like they got to a point where they're like, "Well, we actually haven't killed off Bobby yet. Just have her go over when Lance goes over."
Yeah, it did feel like, oh crap, we ran out of time to shoot her death scene. So this
That could
is
be it too. The
all
budget,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean and the Lance's death we didn't talk about. He had a pretty
yeah, we
gruesome
did.
death.
It's the cat was chewing off his fingers.
Or the blonde guy,
Corey.
Corey.
Oh yeah, because he shoots the steam pipe.
And it melts his face. The cat doesn't even do anything.
Look, and I don't know if it's because I've seen 1,000 movies, but
Let out some steam.
I'm not going to be shooting a gun in the engine room of a boat.
No.
I just, it's never going to happen unless I like really, 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 really feel I'm going to die anyways.
And that and then the the right after they get off the to show them like the cat go away and everything, they're being questioned by the authorities and they're like, well, that story sounds crazy, but okay.
Yeah. No,
We're like, what?
everybody died because of mutant cat, but we know it's not you. You seem like good people.
Yeah,
See
that's
ya.
basically what happens. Like,
What? Who knows how tied into the government that secret lab is? Because we don't know anything about them. We don't know if it was makeup testing or what testing, genetic testing or what. So maybe they're like, well, we need to make this disappear, and so the
right.
Navy's in on it, and that's why
And
they're
that,
out there looking
I
for
mean,
them.
that's an explanation.
Like I don't know.
And look, I'm not looking for answers from this movie. I'm not like gonna gonna go cinema sins and be like, oh, you could drive a truck through this plot hole.
Yeah. Well, if the
No,
movie took itself seriously,
which it does not.
no,
Like especially that ending. You
it
know
would be a
that
different story.
I don't know how you would film that without laughing.
I don't know. there was a couple parts that I'm really trying to remember what they were, where I busted out laughing, and I know I was not supposed to bust out laughing. Uh, Just a couple of the character reactions and stuff were so ridiculous
Oh, for sure.
and just
Yeah.
delivered so thick.
Yeah, it's a lot of hammy performances, literally, but they know what kind of movie they're in. I mean, you see, you're not going to be
Well,
tricked by that puppet, you know.
here's the thing: is like you could tell who the veteran actors were on this.
Yeah, George Kennedy.
Yeah, Lou Gallagher.
Yeah, and the main guy,
Yeah, the guy that plays
Walter.
Walter. Let me get his name here. It's probably not up anymore. But yeah, like because even though they're delivering bad dialogue, they still manage to deliver it in a believable way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
true to their
a lot
characters.
of like George Kennedy's character is contempt for what's happening. He hates
Alex
it.
Cord.
Yes, he hates that the kids are there. He hates that he's interacting with them. He hates.
But he's playing the exact same character he plays in Naked Gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at least the delivery.
Yeah,
Because I've seen
pretty
him
much.
have range before. Besides that.
He's in the Killer Cat movie where he's getting his, his character gets bit and he dies by having this bladder effect on his chest.
Yeah, he's just there to buy his wife a new car.
Yep. Yep, this one I need to paint my house.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what the budget was for this. You know?
I glanced at the IMDb trivia earlier, and I don't remember the exact budget, but I remember like about half of it being going to George Kennedy and what's his name, the guy from
Gallagher.
yes, to give their movie some sort of um
Credibility.
credibility. Yeah, that is what I was looking for. I was gonna say credence, and I was like, that's not the word that I
Oh,
was looking
it
for.
fits. Oh, I want to see if I could find the. I can't.
That's it.
Here's some trivia for you. The sinking of the yacht and several shots of the cat in the ocean were filmed in Greydon Clark's
No
swimming pool.
way! No way! That wasn't a real yacht. They didn't put that puppet into the ocean.
Oh, there's an alternate international version that's 93 minutes long. You know, this had a theatrical release in Europe.
Really?
Yeah. In the US, it came straight, in the States here, it came straight
Oh
to
yeah, this is.
VHS.
I'd be mad
But
as hell if I saw this in
could
a
you
movie
imagine
theater.
going to the theaters and seeing this? It'd be
No,
wild.
no. The perfect way to watch this movie is like on your couch, stoned with a couple of friends. Like that is a perfect way to watch The Uninvited. Going to see this in a movie theater, I don't think would
Oh,
be
you
great.
mean not alone in your bed crying because nobody wants to watch this movie with you? That wasn't me. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Uh, I sometimes I crack myself up.
So
Okay, here's
yes.
you got $500,000 to make a sequel. Okay, you don't got to worry about film. Let's say you have stockpile of film
Okay.
and a camera. Who are you going to cast in this? And what the are you going to make a sequel about?
Um
Can't use my shark ID either.
no. I'm going to The Uninvited to The Litter.
I
And
like it.
it's gonna take place 20 years later, so it'll take place in like the 2000s or like the 2010s. So and um we'll cast I'm thinking Elijah Wood as like the lead.
Okay,
And
I'm already watching this.
he's the son of one of the scientists from the beginning of the movie. And he teams up with the guy. the guy that lives, who's done research on the cat.
Yeah.
But they never found the cat because at the end of the movie it mutated. It wasn't the same. It wasn't an orange cat anymore. It was like a black cat.
Gotcha.
So what the cat came off on an island and it started breeding. So now there's like an island. You know how there's like an island of cats? Well, this was an island of cats, but the cats aren't nice. They're those monster cats. That's about all. That
Yeah.
like off the top of my head.
No, I
That's
like it.
about.
Or you know, you could go the route where like Elijah Wood is their love child, and he was warned about this cat his whole life, and he has his parents invested wisely, so he has money at his disposal, and he's learned that the government has kept working on this, and now there's a second cat, but
I was like Terminator 2.
this time there's a cat within a cat within a cat. So
So,
you think it's just the one cat that pops out, but then a third cat pops out of it,
I like it.
and this one can like shoot like spikes or have some kind of weird power you wouldn't expect.
You know what? I like your idea. Let's of the mutation keep going because because you know how I said this movie was like Alien in that they're on one location and they're being hunted by a singular thing.
Yeah,
Well, this one could be like aliens and there could be a bunch of them and then at the end there's the queen one, which is the original
the
cat,
original cat.
but
Yes.
it has, over time the radioactivity has kept it alive and let it like become this huge kaiju sized like creature, or maybe not
Or even
kaiju,
like
but like
dog
a
size
big no, or like I was thinking like
horse.
bear,
Yeah,
like a bear sized cat.
yeah. It just has eggs growing on it, egg sacs.
Yes, I like
And
it.
the cats
Or
pop
like,
out
or
of it.
like the bit, or like, you know how when a cat has kittens, it has like those big hangy cat boobs. It'll have like a monster, like just gross looking cat udders,
Yeah, Elijah Wood is finally.
oozing like
Yeah,
green
yeah.
stuff.
Elijah Wood has finally decided to go into that abandoned facility where the accident happened years ago, and you realize it's still running, and that giant cat's down there.
I think I thought of Elijah Wood because I was thinking of the Maniac remake
Okay.
earlier today,
Oh, why?
and I was thinking like he seems like the kind of guy that is like he's into genre stuff because he runs that Spectravision or I
Mhm.
think that's the name of it,
Spectral
production,
Vision.
yeah, production company.
As
I
podcast.
watched
Well, he interviews a lot
and
of
I
people.
watched Come to Daddy, one of the movies that he
Yeah,
made
I
that
like that
he's
movie.
in. I
Yeah,
like that movie's
it's
really
so
good.
fun. Yeah.
That might be that I might get called a movie snob by somebody for liking that one.
Does Golden like Mandy?
I don't think he Golden has seen Mandy.
Okay, because I really like that movie.
I love that movie. I
People have
rewatched
called
it
me
the
a
other
movie
day.
snob for liking that movie.
I was likewise. Like I like that movie. Like
Yeah,
I think it's really good.
I
It's
do too.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's got an excellent Nicolas Cage performance.
yeah,
Like it's and the villains in that movie are evil.
yeah,
Like and you just want to see them get their just desserts.
yeah.
And you do. It's glorious.
But I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I could possibly have any more thoughts on this movie.
And I'm gonna
We
give.
didn't yeah, we didn't rate it. We got to
Yeah, I'm
rate it.
gonna. Okay, so this is not based on quality, because if it's
Right.
quality, I'm probably gonna give it like a 2, 2.5.
Right.
But based off enjoyment and rewatchability and all that stuff, and yeah, I'll give this a 4.
Yeah. I'll match you for as well. Yeah, it's got good entertainment value, rewatchability as well. It's fun. It's got enough moments.
It does
It
get
keeps
wonky and slow down because it switches tone.
yeah. Like halfway through, there's like a lull in it, and it is a little boring, but then it picks right up at the end, and it gets crazy again. And it once the cat starts killing again, and people just die because they're dumb
Yeah.
or greedy. Um, it's I really real fun movie. Make sure you check it out. It's on Shutter. It's also I think on Tubi. I'm pretty sure you can watch it other places as well. I don't think it's just on Shutter. So there's free options.
Three's good.
Yep,
Well,
Tubi's got some good stuff
assuming
on
you
it
have
too.
internet. You gotta
Right.
pay for the internet.
Yeah, but I think everybody has that figured out. But all right, well, I'm Mr. Sir,
I'm Anthony.
and this was Horror.
Oh, look, we're back again. Whoops.